Yeah, we are live. It is Sunday, September the 13th, 2020. Welcome to the Sunday Night Hang. If you're here for the first time, we're just hanging out, talking guitars and guitar-related gear and music and just hanging out. That's the whole point of the show, and I'm your host, Ben. You know that because you're on my channel. That's right. And of course, your returnees, you know how it is. And we have a returning guest here with a somewhat new name, but a new channel. We have returning Nick KB out of the greater Chicago area. I say that because, you know what? You can walk there. It'll take you a while, but you can walk there. You can walk there during daylight even. So there you go. Welcome back, Nick KB of Amp Top Demos, his new YouTube channel. I believe there's a link to it down below. Check it out. He's doing basically pedals sitting on top of amps, and he demos them.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. That and turning knobs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot. He does, and occasionally you'll flip a switch too, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez. That's when we get real in depth.
Yeah. Oh, the next the demo I have that I have to upload after this live stream is of one of the Jesse Davey King Tone fuzzes, and it's got that toggle switch, and that thing has my favorite fuzz with the cable for everything. But it's like a fuzz face. It's super temperamental and picky.
Nice. So nice. Well, just before we go to roll call here, I'm going to point out, ironically enough, the connection has cleared up tremendously in the last minute. It's like once we go live, go figure. All of a sudden I'm like, oh, he's in sync. It's not pixelated. He's not max headroom. For our older viewers, they'll get the reference. Nick probably won't. I'm just saying. Let's see. Who do we have in the chat tonight? We have Terry's 3Gs. We have Bent Tom, Pete Bialik, Charles 75N, Martin Lemaire, Absolute Mayhem, some guy named Ben Coombs. All right, whatever. There's my favorite cousin in the whole wide world, Down and Back with Corn Dug. Good to see you. Randy Crooks is here. Kernar is here. Late Night in Austria. Fruitcake Tony is here. Rhodey's Jam Cave. Milk Tea. Music Therapy Labs, my Hungarian homie. We have JP Page 2. Thomas Santiago. Eddie Van Haskell, one of the OGs of this channel. Robot Master Switch, who I do know is a male robot. Han 36 Solo. Guitar Man 45. Jamal Kareem. Janice Lala. Chat skipped ahead, but we can make do. There we go. Brisley Adams tuning in from Paris. Awesome. Never been. Want to. Troy Alcorn tuning in from Kansas. Nice. Wow, we got a nice crowd in here already. Right on, right on. So if you have a question for me or for Nick, ask away. We'll even try to answer it. Apparently, Bent Tom identifies as a female robot, and they're quite adamant about it.
Yeah, but a male human.
But a male human. That's right. Unfucking believable. That's right. I said it 3.5 minutes in. Ever try landmine pedals?
Ever try? I have not heard of them. I'll have to look them up. It sounds nice. Cool.
We got Thunder Falcon tuning in. Milk Tea says tuning in from southwestern Ontario. You can't get much souther and wester than Milt. Just saying. He's right down there. He is south of Detroit. That's how southwestern he is.
Oh, wow.
Hey, there's Butt Cheeks. Doing well, brother. Doing well. Brendan B squared. Maker of fine cigar box guitar. Wow, look at that. It was almost like it was sitting in the palm of my hand. It's like I practiced that. Bam! No, I don't have everything marked out on the floor. Honest. See, PP Alex says, am I the only one getting a glitch? YouTube has been glitching a lot lately. Brad Miller. He got somehow unsubscribed. Ooh, that's just wrong. That's just wrong. I don't know how that happened.
Well, the cool thing is you get to subscribe to Ben again.
That's right. Yay! Robot Master Switch just noticed the new shirt. That's right. I am styling a new shirt this evening. Thank you, Boner Jams, for this sexy wear.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Possibly the first person to wear one of these on a live stream. You know what? It's so sexy, I'm going to solo myself. Look at that. Look at that. Ladies, eat your heart out.
Chad is
now, everyone let Boner Jams know I did that. Let's see. We'll mark that 5 minutes in to the Sunday night hang. Brian Landreth. Oh, we can do that, my Hungarian homie. Hey, Ben, please wish happy birthday to my awesome sister, Metal Monica. Metal! Monica, happy birthday to you.
I'm not even going to try and top that. That was so awesome. Happy birthday, Monica.
Jeez, you would almost think I wasn't sober. Almost.
You came in with the Rab Halford with the
Exactly. Just channeling my inner Henning Pauly.
There you go.
Nice. Everyone's saying hey to each other. What do you think of TC Electronics, the cheaper ones? He says they are cheap. Martin Lemaire says that. Well, we know. I'll say conservatively 8 out of 10, if not 9 out of 10 pedals, and that oversized, like my Dimension C size housing. They're pretty much all rehoused Behringer pedals.
Yeah.
Just in a housing that won't flake apart.
Yes. I will say crumble. There was a time where I was working for Guitar Center and we started carrying them and I tried them out. The one sleeper that I think the sleeper pedal of that bunch is the Goss. It's like their I don't know, Echoplexy or tape style.
I didn't care for it.
But it sounds amazing for like $60, I think.
I'd have to sit down with it again. I did a demo on one very early days of this channel. I did not care for it. But then again, I need to sit down with it more. I have a love-hate relationship with TC Electronics. This stuff's very digital. Yeah. Which can be good. And sometimes not so much. I don't know. Let's see here. Charles75N says, so what is the one pedal you would not want to do without? Why, that's the LPD Nice Drive, eh?
Oh, of course, eh? That's a tough question because I have a lot of pedals.
I'm going to think of a real answer though, because that's you know what? The 87. That 87. Because there's nothing else like it.
No.
It's like you can have a Tube Screamer, or you can have an 808, or you can have one of a billion replications of said circuit by said pedal builder. But that 87, it's the 87.
That is.
Hey, Blackjack Guitar Nut.
Hey, Blackjack. I guess I'm torn. And lo and behold, they, of course, has to be two Lawrence Petross pedals because they both do a similar thing, but they're nowhere shape or form the same thing. They both inspire me the same way. It would have to either be the Vermin because it's raunchy, it's fat, it's juicy, but it's articulate and it cleans up really well.
It does.
Or the Phoenix.
Well, look who rolled in, all full of pizza.
Oh, hey, Aaron.
Adam D. Good to see you as well. Brother Aaron. Good to see you. Yeah. So you were saying, before I rudely interrupt, the Vermin was one of them.
That's all right. Aaron will be happy to know that you started swearing before he even showed up into the chat today.
Glad I did. I had to shout out one of my Patreons.
Yeah, that you do. And just so you know, you can sign up for Ben's Patreon. Link below.
Thank you.
Master of plugs. So
bam.
Pedal I can't live without. I said two because I can't make up my mind and I'm indecisive. Vermin because it's awesome. And something I hope that Lawrence puts back into the market with his new relaunch is the Phoenix Fuzz, because that is my favorite fuzz. It works with wireless rigs. It's not picky, but it just always consistently brings across an awesome fuzz sound.
Nice. Fruitcake Tony has a performance enhancing beverage based question.
Okay.
Do you ever substitute your wine with bourbon? No. I don't, because I cannot stand bourbon. Sorry, my American friends. I need to either have real whiskey, in my opinion, which is rye whiskey. Bourbon is not rye whiskey. It is a whiskey, but it's not rye whiskey. Or pure mountain corn whiskey. That I do like. So I will definitely mention that. And I did see some new names in here, I think. I just want to quickly show them out. I saw in here Michael Cross he says hi from Smoky, BC. I'm not necessarily Michael's new, but it's good to see you back. Michael Easter is here from the other end of the country on Prince Edward Island. Bam!
Wow.
To Mike's command, coast to coast.
That's awesome. Welcome to the channel, guys. I've been a lurker for a year and a half-ish or so.
Aaron says, I'm not lying. His affinity for Beam may have added to my Nashville puking. No, I know it was.
What? Aaron got people drunk? Aaron knows how to...
Let's just say I was multitasking in a Nashville parking lot early afternoon during the Saturday of NAMM. I learned something that day. Which we may say later in the show. We don't want to say it this early and turn off a bunch of people. We got 48 people watching, and it would be down to an even 2-4 if I say it. Although I have mentioned it on previous shows, but I think it's been some of those long shows multi-hours in.
Oh, yeah. Chat is going awesome.
Hey, Papa Blue. He says, you buffering? I think I don't know, I might be YouTube. Some people were saying it was fine. Ian, good to see you. Welcome back. He says, hi, Ben. Can you ask Nick what he thinks of the amp in a box type pedals?
That is an excellent question. I really enjoy them all. There was a good period of time where I was using all three of Lawrence's, I like to call them the numbers pedals, because the
decades?
Yeah, the decades. And using each of those for certain sounds, and it always sounds really good. It transforms my Fender into a Raging Marshall. I've had my eye on that Ethos TWA, because that train wreck style is awesome. For amp in a box style pedals, they're great. If you have like a neutral pedal platform and you want to be able to go throughout a bunch of different sounds, definitely the way to go.
Speak of the devil. Welcome, Lawrence.
Hey, Lawrence. Good to see you.
Terry says audio is perfect, video distorting like a Monday night show. Yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. That's 2020 and everybody online. Unfortunately, I saw somebody mention they got the Richie Kotzen, all-in-one unit. Those things are cool. Yeah, the Sans amp, that's what it was. Very cool unit. And howdy, Robert Metzenberg. Oh, Laz has redeemed himself again as a member, which I thought you already were a member, Laz.
Congrats.
I guess he let his dues lapse, but that's okay. Thank you. Welcome back, my Hungarian homie. As I said, everyone should check out, actually, there's one for the search crew for the Mod Squad. And the Mod Squad does have their own emoji, which any channel member can shout out Mod Squad members with. It is Mod from the TV show Mod. And for the Mod Squad, there's a short video I did during my NAMM trip where I did an interview with Laz. Let's see one of them post that in the chat. The great thing about it is I speak English. Laz doesn't. But I think it comes across. I especially say watch it with subtitles because YouTube does the worst job at subtitles.
I've seen
Ben Tom found the emoji. Because it comes up like that on my end, just as mod.
That's awesome. Cool. I see that Absolute Mayhem had a question, and that is apparently, where is my favorite? Let's say that again. Where is my favorite place to hunt for pedals? And
there you go. Now, and yes, correct, Albus Band, Aaron. He's like, B. Arthur? Damn straight. She was mod. Yes. But, yeah, I know. The show's been a train wreck since the start. Come on, Nick. You know that. You know how it works. Like you said, you've lurked for well over a year. You know how it works.
Yeah.
We're posting B. Arthur in the chat. You know, Laz is now a road manager, and Aaron's talking drinking. You know,
shocking. I shouldn't say it like that. It makes him sound bad, but Aaron's a great guy.
Have you been to 2 NAMM trips with him?
I haven't, unfortunately.
Well, then you're not far off the mark. But then again, who's to say I'm not the bad influence? Because I only see him when he's around me.
Ooh, that's true. And you know, whenever you're on these things, you got your glass of wine.
That's right. No worries, Les. Just giving you a hard time, buddy. I do appreciate your support, believe me. Oh, I think Mayhem did find the video because I do see a YouTube link in the chat. It was Peep Yalek that got the Cots and Sands amp, but we never did. And Ben Tom posted the link too. All right. So where do you like to hunt for pedals other than lpdpedals.com?
Of course, lpdpedals.com. The plug game is strong today. You'd think we're working at but favorite place, my local GC always seems to have some really cool stuff, as well as, I mean, I'm constantly on Reverb. I'm constantly just going through every brand, taking a look through everything, because you got the at your disposal. Like, you don't have
where do you like to find out about new pedals? Like, where do you find is a great, I should say, what's a great resource for you when finding out about new pedals, or, you know, new companies for that matter?
That's Aaron.
Nice. I was gonna say myself is there's a like hanging out in RJ's live streams on Saturday mornings. Yeah. Is definitely one of them.
Yeah. RJ's is cool. I wish I could go on those Saturday mornings, but I'm teaching Saturday mornings, so I'm like, all right, let's learn about the E minor pentatonic scale. And then I hear my phone going off like, RJ Gronchilio is live, and I'm like, I want to check that out. And the one I did finally get to be able to go to, he was doing that Sabaticus triple trouble, and that's
that's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that thing is killer. If they're a little pricey, and you have to get them imported. Because I found them and emailed them, and I was like, I'm interested in your pedal, and they're like, okay, this is what the deal is.
Yeah, but then you get to be that next level D-bag, because you can't say that word on YouTube apparently, but you'd be that, you know, I got a guy in Argentina that does my drive stuff. Really? Really? You got a guy in Argentina? Really? You know, you're that guy?
Yeah.
It's bad enough I refuse to put a faceplate on my haystack from Lawrence, because I like just the bare, no controls are labeled, because I can be that guy. What's that over? Well, Lawrence, you know, that's a prototype that he did, you know, blah, 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 for the rig rundown, because you got to have one of those pedals, apparently.
Yeah, I actually have a prototype just sitting in its box right now, which is cool. It was a cool little mini pedal that sounded quite nice.
Well, look who showed up himself. Ladies, on the left side of the screen, you're looking at the sexiest shirt this side of the Nunavut territory, looking delicious, Ben. Nice, with a Nunavut reference. I'm wearing it with pride, Boner Jams. If you go back to the 5-minute mark, I did I soloed myself out to talk about this. Awesome beast. You know, in fact, the next road trip I go to of some way, shape, or form, being NAMM show or some kind of that type event, especially if it's a multi-day event, this shirt will be featured on the NAMM floor one day. You heard it here first, folks. I will wear a Boner Jam shirt on the NAMM floor. So we got to get everything back to normal so we can get back to doing NAMM shows so we can do that. Hey, my knees hurt. Good to see you. He says, when are you going to do that DIY pedal? I'm still working on mine. Hopefully this week. My hands are starting to feel better. That's part of having my hand issues is holding a soldering iron isn't really an option. Although I did a bunch of whittling yesterday, and that seemed rather therapeutic. More on that later this week on a random video coming out on the channel. Let's see what did I miss in here? Oh, I did see yes, Krenar. He says, if I ever come to the NAMM show and we meet, we could do the same thing with me speaking Albanian and you can start a series. I am so down with that. Papa Blue. Despite the YouTuber, 10 grand for wearing a t-shirt. Yes, I'm demoing this shirt. Did you know it's true bypass?
Oh, but is the image buffered? Is it like a dual hybrid?
Yeah, I think the whole thing, like we seem to be doing pretty good between us, but meh, it is what it is. Canucks with payola. Michael Easter. Cheers. Hey, Ben Langley. Hello. Ben from North Carolina. Very nice. So PPL can also speak Albanian. I dig it. Awesome. Awesome.
How's it going, Metalhead Hippie?
Ew, Metalhead Hippie. Are you on later tonight, Metalhead Hippie? I assume so. Let us know. Apparently you're fine, Nick, and I'm the one that's all pixelated and crap. Oh, well, there we are.
Right beforehand, I was using like a nice actual stream with an actual microphone and everything, and Ben's like, we can't see you, and we can't, like, we can hear you fine.
Yeah, you think I'm bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It was bad.
Laz says you should really do a series interviewing foreigners. Yeah, but the thing is, Laz, when I'm doing them, I'm the foreigner. People should be interviewing me. Okay, so Metalhead Hippie is on at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Different times in different time zones.
That'd be like trying to remember.
There's the sexy bearded Viking wizard, the badass Aussie.
That has got to be.
Hey, folks, Ben might need to upgrade the jam tin or the string sometime soon. Yeah, no kidding.
Can we just take a second to appreciate that name just a little bit longer?
It's got to be one of the best names in YouTube. And he's on Twitter as well, folks. He tagged me in a photo of some of his merch last week. I loved it. I dug it. The special tour on the shirt. I loved it. Very 2020. Nice. Krenner says, cool to know people can find Albania in a map. Well, during the conflict, 25 or so years ago, we'll just say, because the 90s were a bit of a blur for me. But we hosted a bunch of Albanian displaced people. I don't know if they were refugees or not. I suppose they were refugees, but they stayed on the military base in my town. Whole bunch of them, hundreds of them, were staying there in the cadet barracks for quite a while during the conflict. And then I believe they all were able to return home. All right, see you, Pete.
Bye, Pete.
All right. Got 53 people watching. Nice. Nice little crowd. So are you lusting over anything new? Or, sorry, I know she's sitting right on the other side of the camera.
Well, my fiance is cool.
Yes.
I always say, I'm like, none of the stuff I have equals the cost of your Steinway.
Ooh.
To which she just said, true that. So.
Nice.
As for gear I'm lusting over, I currently am content with what I got, which is cool. Because the new Guitar Day itch has been scratched about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Traded a whole bunch of stuff that was sitting in boxes and ended up with a PRS S2 594, which is currently my number one baby, because it's just right.
Ooh, there we go. Somebody wanted us to answer this question from unfucking believable. Thoughts on the Moore Ocean Machine?
That's the Devin Townsend, like, super mega reverb thing, right?
I was waiting for you to tell me.
Sure, that's
Aaron? That's my go-to when
I'm like 90.
I believe so.
That's the Devin Townsend crazy reverb machine thing. And if it is, then yeah, that thing is stupid cool. I love the one That Pedal Show episode where they showed like all the stuff he was using it and just the sound was impeccable.
So I'm curious, 63 and a half watching. Do we have someone who's pregnant watching?
That's
Is someone possibly giving birth while watching? Hey, Ricky Compton. I don't know. I'm showing 47 here because I think a few people bailed. They went, oh, this is too blurry tonight. That's okay. Just drink more. We're all blurry then. It's all good. Take off your reading glasses. You know, it's all good.
No, it's because they heard a musician say, I'm content with the amount of stuff I have. And they're like, get a load of this guy. And they just closed out.
Well, it's like I'm not really gassing for anything, but I still have a wish list that would probably easily drop $100,000. And I'm not even talking vintage gear. Just, you know, like who doesn't want a full Marshall stack? Well, that's $5,000 to $7,000 Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just to have one.
Thought of something. No longer content. One of those new two notes can't talk, the Torpedo Captor X, because they just did a 16 ohm version, and I would love to do that for like when I'm doing demos, so that way I don't have to worry about my mic placement. I can just have a sweet recorded cab all ready to go.
I noticed myself visibly starting to shrug while you were saying that. I'm like, be nice. You know me.
Hey man, to each their own.
That's right. Although, you know, I'm going to have to get into this digital stuff at some point, just to, especially once I upgrade my camera equipment. Like, I can still mic the room, which I do prefer, that live in the room sound. But it'd be nice to have a dry signal that I could even blend in. So, we shall see.
Oh, hey, my buddy
Tales
Mike
of the Midwest.
Yep, that's my buddy Mike from Tales of the Midwest. They're an awesome group. You should check them out when you got the chance. They got some original music as well as one of the coolest covers of Tainted Love I've heard.
Nice. A classic track. Welcome. Yeah. It says you want a Novo.
Yeah, I do want a Novo. My buddy Mike not recently, it's been a few months. He got a purple sparkly Novo that I saw on Instagram. Danish Pete was like, ooh, can I have that? And I'm like, it's my best friend's, actually best man for the wedding.
Nice.
Yes, but it plays like a dream.
I was lucky enough to play a few Novos, and they are a unique beast, and they are a great guitar. Ricky Compton asks, what year is my Les Paul Custom? Good question. If you look up the serial number, it'll tell you it's an 82. But my buddy bought it off of some place in China about 10, 15 years ago. So who knows? However, I have no problem taking it to a gig. Steal it. I don't care. Oh. I traded a Jay Tercer guitar and $50 for it. So there you are.
Yeah, it's not a bad deal.
Jay Tercer was a gift, so I got $50 into it. Wow. Although I've replaced parts in it since then, but still. More than paid for that in the gigs I've used it. We got Cornara dropping some knowledge. That's right. Yeah, the Albanians that were here were from Kosovo. Couldn't remember. If my sister was in the chat, she would have known. Aaron, he's in the chat. We've answered questions from him. He had the question about the Moor Ocean.
Yeah.
I think Aaron's being in and out here because, you know, we asked for info on the Moor and he wasn't here. So there we are.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm just trying to think. Also, yeah, gear I'd like to have. Well, I'd like an electric 12-string, a baritone, hardtail Strat, 1 or 2 Les Pauls. Yeah, I got a few. EV8 striped guitar, because why not? Oh, you are, Aaron. You are.
That must be good pizza. What type of pizza are you eating, Aaron?
It doesn't matter with him. He just eats it.
Pizza is pizza.
Yeah. Especially with him. When he decides to eat, there's no stopping him. Yeah, exactly, Ricky. Yeah, it plays, it does its thing. You know, people think it's real, which, whatever. Well, then the people that don't know guitars anyways, they know that shape. And they're like, oh, it's one of those things. One of those things that isn't shaped like the Strat-shaped object or the Telly-shaped object. It's the other shaped object.
Are we talking about Novos? I got distracted by Aaron saying he's 14 pieces of pizza in.
No, Les Pauls.
Ah, okay. Sorry.
No, I don't think a non-musician would know what the hell a Novo is.
No.
They would probably think it's some kind of surf guitar because it's got a Maestro trem and they're sparkly quite often. Have I ever played through any Laney heads? Yes. What kinds they were, I don't know, but I remember playing through a fairly clean setup that was a Laney years ago, like early 90s, maybe even 1990. And then a few years ago playing through like a higher gain Laney type, I was like, ooh, this is kind of cool sounding breakup. Hey, Zach Thong in the house.
How's it going, Zach?
From a little over an hour up the road from me.
That's cool. For Laney heads, I remember back when I was in, it's been about 10, 12 years, I tried one of the GH50 heads, which was really cool. It's like a JCM 800-ish, I want to say, but with more on the lead channel, and super killer amp. Sounded amazing for me at the time when I'm playing through a little solid state Fender combo. And I've tried some of the Cubs, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then a local shop that's no longer a shop. It's like they're just doing the full blown studio game. They had one of their Vox style.
Looks like a couple people in the chat have the GH50 heads. Nice.
Those seem like...
Aaron likes the Lionheart stuff. Hey, Eric C. Good to see you. Yeah, I just remember they had that kind of Marshall-y, but with different mojo. Like, I don't know, like, not that they sound anything similar, but like when you plug into a diesel or, you know, like another higher gain amp that isn't a Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
But they had its own, I don't know if it's their they do a different speaker setup or what. Hey, Michael Lepence. Yeah, I'm trying to think.
They make good amps.
They do. They make solid amps. I remember Sleep used them back in the day on their first album. It was all Laney stuff. And now they do Wallow Orange, which sounds awesome and epic as well. But
yeah, my first introduction to what Laney amps were was watching the Paul Gilbert Spaceship One like studio live in the studio thing. Like, what are those? I've never heard of that brand before. And that literally within it was like the same like month that happened, I walked into a local, they were called Music Go Rounds, and there was just a used one of that exact head, and that's the one I played. I was like, oh, this is something like Paul Gilbert used.
Hey, Josh. Papa Blue, you and those amps in jars. It's all right. Goddamn things. No thing. Yeah, we were talking about that. Was I think during Steve from Boston last night, because we were talking about the the pedal company with a $10,000 demo. I'm like, yeah, you pretty much have to pay me that to do another amp in the jar. All right, we got some fresh wine.
Whoop, whoop. BC Rich 581 remembers Music Go Rounds. I think they're still there. There's just none by me anymore. There used to be one up in Orland Park, and they always had it was like mostly a used shop, kind of like a thrift store for guitar.
Nice
way to describe it. And they always had cool stuff. I got to try like a Hughes and Kettner Triamp once, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And like they always had cool stuff. But I never had the money to buy it because I was a broke high school student.
Right. Michael, yeah, unless you buy high-end or vintage wine, you don't get a cork in wine bottles, at least in Ontario. There's been a cork shortage for 10 plus years. Like, really bad. So, yeah, pretty much everything is twist cap nowadays. Rick Compton has one near him in Ann Arbor. Nice. Music around. Cool.
Very cool.
That's what something I miss is gear swap meets.
Oh, yeah.
They were the best because it's like a yard sale and it's just gear. Everyone's junk. I was like, oh, you got that piece of junk? I'll trade you my piece of junk for your piece of junk. He's like, hell yeah. I like that piece of junk.
Sorry, words are hard sometimes. I remember going to one and I was made an offer. There was a guy standing out in the parking lot because he just didn't want to have it, and I wish I had the money. He offered me like $600 for a Marshall full stack. It was like mid-70s Marshall with two 4x12 cabs. He's like, I can't take this home with me. Will you take it for like $800 or whatever? And I was like, oh, I wish I had money.
Yeah. Hey, Mark Dillon, in case I forgot to say hello earlier, I have no memory tonight. Although Craig Thompson just jumped in, so I'll say hey to him right away. That's right. Swap meets for that fresh junk experience. Exactly. I remember, the one up in Colborne and a few towns over now, I guess, since I've moved. Small little place, like they held it on it was at a curling rink, a 2-sheet curling rink. So just a long, narrow, small building. And I don't know, they had 15, 20, 25 even tables set up. I don't know what it was. And I went with a few friends and we got separated because I ran into a buddy from high school who I'm hoping to get on the channel here. He's a hell of a player. And we walked around together and did a couple laps. So come outside to grab some barbecue or what have you from the local Lions Club or Kiwanis. They always have hot dogs and brats or whatever. And guys are like, oh, did you see anything in there? I'm like, yeah, I got something, but it's in my pocket. We'll talk later, type thing. And then boom, go in, do another lap. The stuff I was humming and hawing on, I ended up picking up or what have you. And we get back and it's like one guy bought a pickup. Another guy bought one small, maybe a pedal. And I'm pulling out pedals and I think I bought 3 or 4 pedals and a microphone. It's just like, where'd you get? I'm like, you gotta look around. Like, look in the boxes. Just because stuff isn't out on the table. If you look down, guys have boxes of stuff. So when they sell more, they put more stuff out. It's like, look around. Hey, Dwight Bailey, the hitman himself. Everyone should check out Dwight Bailey's channel.
Do it.
Ricky Compton, you used to have 3 guitar shows a year, but since the virus, who knows? Exactly.
They will come back.
Oh, and I should mention a preview for tomorrow night's show. We have an unboxing. We finally got the mail from Fruitcake Tony, which I will be opening live on tomorrow night's show. Tonight was about Boner Jams. Tomorrow, Fruitcake Tony. Boner Jams, Fruitcake Tony. I keep pointing off camera. It's like all of a sudden it's going to show up.
I saw someone had a question about a Fender ramp part, and I don't know.
Fender ramp part?
Like a Fender ramp part?
I don't know. I don't know a Fender ramp part. Hey, SD Design.
Oh. Such a talkative bunch we are.
Yeah. Here's action back to both of us scrolling through a chat. The mystery of the lost package. Indeed. It did arrive. When did I get that? Thursday? Friday? Something like that. I don't know. But yeah, it didn't have quite the whirlwind journey that my Lost Dutchman from Lawrence had that somehow ended up in London.
What?
Yeah, he sent it. It went from, like the Phoenix area, sat in Los Angeles, where it obviously fell out of the bin. And then it got thrown into another bin because next thing you know, it got scanned at Heathrow. And both of it was, I still remember, Lawrence and I were literally texting each other at the same time because we both took screenshots and we sent them within seconds of each other, it seemed. And we're both like, can you believe this? This is hilarious. Yeah, there is the World Tour package. Exactly. So then, I had to wait for it to come back from England back. It was like, oh, man.
The LPT went
London, UK, BC Rich. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Going to see things happen in Miami for weeks. Yeah, I don't get it, but whatever.
Looks like Lawrence now has a pedal that's going to Kansas City and now is in Guam.
I've had a package sitting in Compton for 9 days. Should I be concerned that it's probably no longer sitting in Compton after 9 days?
I don't know.
There we go. Ricky says, Ben, I bought an old Fender concert amp, Riviera era, okay, for $150, put new tubes in it, sold it for $400. It was a great little amp. Nice.
That's a steal, man. Those Riviera are killer.
Okay, yeah, and then Terry says the Ramper is part of the same boutique line as my amp, the Guerrera. Part of the Pawn Shop series. Yeah, the Vaporizer. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And yes, Craig Holmson, chimes in Kansas City, Guam. They're not that far apart. Especially depending on what map you're looking at.
Is it the little itty bitty red one for the Fender amp? I'm trying to remember. I lost the guy's name. I saw his chat and then I lost it.
Is it Ricky Compton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or no, Terry said that with the Rampart.
Gotcha.
If that was the little red one, because if it is, then I might have actually played through that once.
Oh, nice. Lawrence has a Rivera era Princeton 2. Nice. Ooh. Brody's Jam Cave lives in Kansas City and drives to Guam daily. I knew it. That's where his jam space is.
One of the coolest Riviera amps that I played that was a Fender. It was the Fender The Twin, I think it was. It's not the Evil Twin, but it had the 2 separate channels that you could run at the same time, like a clean and a distorted. Right. And coolest amp because it was done in snakeskin. And I remember going, do I need this? And then I tried picking it up, and it's like well over 100 pounds. I went, nope! But it sounded impeccable.
9-watt, 1x12 in a twill cover. Nice! Okay. From the Pawn Shop series, exactly.
Okay.
So, Nick, what is your number 1 axe? Randy Crook asks.
Good question. That would probably as of right now, it would be my PRS S2 594. Although a very close second is also a PRS S2, but it's the Custom 22. Both are impeccable guitars. They're built well. They sound good. They sustain great. They stay in tune. And the only thing I had to do was switch out the strap buttons for strap locks, but that's just a me thing.
Sure. Excuse me. Fruitcake Tony asked, Ben, have you got any cool masks? I have a Van Halen, a Guns N' Roses, and one that says, keep your cooties over there. Why, yes, I have my VH striped one, and I have my Canucks with Guitars face mask. Which I wore the last time I was out to the vape shop, and a buddy of mine, when I walked in, he went, nice! Because he watches the channel.
And you can buy those right off of
Vibraprintonline.com. Do a search, Canucks with Guitars, because I don't have a separate page on there. But if you do a search for Canucks with Guitars, you can buy all kinds of cool stuff, including like coffee mugs, neck gaiters style face masks, t-shirts, other stuff.
I have to look that up. I've seen the masks, but I haven't actually seen all of the total merchy goodness that you got.
We even have my NAS Canucks merch on there as well. And there's a coupon code. There's a coupon code down in the description of the video here, folks. Canucks 15? Or Canucks? I don't know. I think it gives you like free shipping or 10% off, or I don't know, or Tim gives me a kick in the pants every time you enter the coupon code. I don't know. And there's that one too. We also have the Spreadshirt website as well, which has a few different designs on it. The OG, the modern, and the Canadiana one that actually Terry designed.
Nice. I'm actually clicking the link on the laptop to check out the shop.
Hey, there's my lovely sister, Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Whoops. Oh, well, we can put up that one.
I like BC Rich.
BC Rich wants the plague mask. Oh, enjoy the Vino Brother. I may or may not have cherry diesel mixed 1-to-1 with pineapple skunk. Oh. Ben Tom's going deep tonight. Speaking of Bent Tom, I believe Bent Tom is our guest next week.
Oh, awesome.
Bent Tom could probably confirm that in the chat. I think Bent Tom is, we're going deep next week. So I wouldn't submit you to this, Nick, but Tom and I, we've had a few deep chats, and we're going to go deep. Hey, there's Steve Anderson from the smoky southern tip of Vancouver Island, BC, Canada. Yeah, we're going to go deep next week. It's going to be a really cool hang. We always have a blast talking. Who knows? We may invite a few others on as well. We'll see how it goes. But definitely, it's a good one. And then the week after that, I don't know. It's a to be confirmed. And then the week after that, let me grab my phone because I don't want to misspeak. There we go. Yes, the first Sunday in October, whatever day that is, like the 4th, we'll say, 5th, something like that. We have Sean Hurwitz coming on. And Sean Hurwitz is the guitar player for Smash Mouth and Enrique Iglesias.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. And we can thank our good buddy Vandy, friend of the channel here. He is friends, and he reached out and says, hey, I'm helping him relaunch his social media. I'm like, bring him on, like, of course. Hey, Frank. I almost emailed Frank last night at about 11 p.m. last night, but I thought, you don't send messages that time of night. I'm going to be sending you a message likely tomorrow, Frank. I do appreciate that. And actually, we're friends on Facebook. I'll probably just send you a message through Facebook rather than email. Email's so impersonal. Let's see. I do appreciate that. Cheers and salut. Oh, yeah, and we are drinking, my sister will love this, Sibling Rivalry. This is the 2017 Merlot Cabernet Franc Gamay blend. I've been really digging it. One, I really like the taste of it. And two, it's been on sale at the liquor store, and they told me it will be on sale until they sell out of it.
Nice.
So, yeah, I think there's 4 bottles left at $2 off per bottle.
Very cool. I am drinking a mixer of some Old Forge Distillery moonshine. It's a handmade cola and cherry. So ooh. I've drank most of the actual hooch, and my fiance has been gnaws on the cherries because I like the cherry flavoring, but actual cherry, for some reason, I don't like them. Apparently, don't ask me why.
My sister says, nice. I've had that. Yeah, this is a really good. I don't know. It's a really smooth wine. I really like it. Brisley says we have nice wine in Ontario, or great wine in Ontario. I agree. I've had a lot of different wines over the years, and for those who don't know, I used to sell wine for a living. I worked in a wine store. That was my job. So,
I didn't even know that.
In a previous life.
Hey, you gotta do what pays the bills.
That's right. Walk On Sun is a great song by Smash Mouth. Zach says, yeah, hell yeah. My sister says, I may have bought her some of this for Christmas one year. Quite possibly. Ricky Compton's drinking Crown Royal. Nice. My cousin Doug will be happy about that. Max Josephson. Hello, Max. Excuse me. Yes. What else we got going on out there, folks? Oh, here we go. SD asked if I had tried any Walrus reverb, the reverb. No, I don't think so.
I have not played through any of their reverbs, but I have played through the ARP 81 delay, and that thing sounds spectacular. I find it interesting.
I am listening. I just realized I forgot to plug in the computer. So,
all right.
We are now plugging in said computer live on air because that's how I roll.
Exactly, man. It's laid back. It's chill here.
Wow. Terry said, "Why not tell the folks what jobs I did?" Do we go chronological? Dishwasher, cook, busboy, restaurant host, waiter, restaurant manager, telemarketer, waiter, worked in a casino, worked at a lot of gas stations, call center doing tech support for a variety of companies for a number of years, vape shop, Napa Auto Parts, delivering parts, worked on race teams, of course, bands. I think someone said that we got clear here. Sexy Bearded Viking Wizard. Video quality issue. Discover power saver mode. Quite possibly. Let me know if it did get clear. I think that's most of the jobs. I probably left a few out. Oh, worked in the wine store. See, duh. Sign maker. Did that. Going out selling signs and then making said signs.
You've got me beat.
Yeah.
I will say
Can't remember.
Weirdest job I've ever done was making Starbucks mocha. It was also the best.
Oh, for me, it might have been working on the Riverboat Casino.
It was the best smelling job. I'd always, like, when I would get home, I'd take a shower and everything would smell like hot cocoa.
Oh, well, that's nice. Yeah. Well, I spent years working in a seafood restaurant. Nah, you're working over deep fryers all night. Not good.
Yeah.
Video has cleared up. Never worked in a music store. I don't think so. I don't have well, like unofficially. No, I mean that. Like, guy needs to go to the washroom or he wants to go out for a smoke. I was like, yeah, I'll look after the place. Whatever. Yes, I saw the sign. I saw the sign. I work at a lot of restaurant industry stuff. Did sound for bands, or sound for a variety of events. Who we can? Oh, worked for the military. Duh. Oh, but then again, I did sound. Like I worked, set up and ran PA systems for everything from parades, change of command ceremonies, which are called parades, to press conferences from the Minister of Defense up to the Prime Minister of Canada, to repatriation ceremonies, to then installing communications. Like for search and rescue, I redid their whole panic alarm system. So if plane goes down, you report it, they rally up search and rescue here. So I did the alarm system for that.
That's very cool.
It's weird. Crenar says ran PA systems for wedding bands one summer. Yeah, I did that. That basically, that for a few years.
That's the one circuit I keep wanting to kind of get into, is the wedding band circuit.
No kidding. Because let's be honest, there's no such thing as a cheap wedding band. If you can afford a live band at a wedding, you're paying.
You don't have to tell me that, man. For my wedding, we're having a live band. But the cool thing is it's a band that I sub in for, so they are giving us a nice discount.
I've done one wedding and didn't get paid. But we did it. That was the gift to the bride, including the singer of our band. She wrote a song for the bride. And so that was kind of our gift. We played a set. We only had to play one set, I think. Well, maybe we played two sets. I don't know. But nice. That was fun. I enjoyed it. And it was clear that who I was, because I showed up at the event, walked into the venue, and as soon as you walk in, there's the bar right there. And the bartender goes, yeah, the band's hanging out over there in the corner. I was like, how'd you know I was with the band? He's like, really, dude? Really?
I've played.
Hey, Mark Cote?
I've played a few weddings. The last one I played was acoustic, and I was just ambiance music for the beginning, and then had to play some Grateful Dead for when, like, the groomsmen walked down, and then I had to play some Beatles tunes for the bride. Or no, I had to play Stand By Me for when the bride walked down the aisle, which was cool. Nice. It was also stressful. The person who was getting married was a close family friend who changed my diapers when I was little.
Wow.
So there's no pressure. It's just close family and friends that I'm sitting here playing in front of.
I was supposed to play at Richie's wedding, former co-host of the Canucks show, but I messed up my hand right before the wedding. Do not sleep with a hair elastic around your wrist, folks. Those of you that have the longer hair, it limited the circulation and caused some numbness issues for a few days. And I was supposed to play at the wedding. I couldn't, which actually worked out okay because the bridesmaid, in her infinite wisdom of having me supposedly perform while everybody walked down the aisle, the whole wedding party, she didn't factor in the fact she had an even number of groomsmen and bridesmaids. So it's actually good that I wasn't playing, because then somebody could walk down the aisle with one of her bridesmaids. So yeah, there was that. That was a fun wedding, from what I remember. Well, you know, your best friend gets married. The drummer of your band is the DJ at the reception. I just hung out with the drummer all night.
Nice.
Because I didn't really know a lot of people there.
I actually lied. I just remember the last wedding I played was during not the ceremony, but the reception. Every now and then I play bass for a Janis Joplin tribute group.
Oh, nice.
They were like, "Hey, we're getting married. We want to play like five tunes at the wedding," and I kind of remember playing. They waited until towards the midsection of the reception, where after all the drinks had been placed, and I had a couple too many, and all of a sudden I'm like, "All right, we're going up to play." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that."
Been there.
But went through.
Actually, I think one of the most recent photos of me performing that was posted in the Facebook group, I was clear. I remember. I was like, "Oh, I remember that one." That was an interesting evening. I think that was the night I got to sleep by noon the next day.
Ooh.
I was a little wired after the gig, we'll say. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It was an interesting night. I remember talking. I dropped Richie off at home after the gig, and he's like, "So what's your plan after this?" I'm like, "Not much." He goes, "Well, you better make some plans because you ain't going to bed anytime soon." I'm like, "Okay."
Oof. I love Aaron's comment of getting kicked out of a wedding during an AC/DC song, jumping off of a table with an inflatable guitar.
I expect nothing less.
I mean, if I saw that at my wedding, I would do the same thing.
Truth Guitar Method. Robot Master says, "I did wedding bands during the summer in between school, paid well in cake and bridesmaids. To this day, I hate playing guitar in a polyester tux." I get it. There you go, Lawrence. He says, "It's 6 p.m. where he is. Time for scotch." Nice, nice.
Indeed.
We got 56 people watching.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm going to imagine at least 3 thumbs ups.
I think we had more than that before the live stream even started.
Nice.
Where I'm sitting, I have to move it. My phone to. We're at 46, I think.
Not too bad.
No.
Because I know some people are watching on their phone, and it's a hassle to hit it while you're watching on your phone.
Yeah. You can just close the chat real quick, hit that like button, bring it back up.
Ooh, I can clearly tell that's been 2 glasses of wine, too. Nice. Inflatable modeling guitars rule, Frank says. I agree, Frank. I'll go with you on that one. I'm not a big modeling guy, but I'm starting to embrace it. An inflatable modeling guitar, that'd be awesome. Load-in would be so easy. Hey, Jay, good to see you. What up, y'all?
Hello.
Brisley played at a French-Irish wedding the day after the ceremony in the center of France. Nice gig. Irish groom, French bride, Irish party were very receptive. Nice.
Nice.
Well, if there was booze involved, everybody's receptive. All right. My sister's got to leave and be mom for a bit. Good luck with that. Oof. Thank you, Terry, for posting a link to Amp Top demos. Yeah. Which I will admit, I'm a couple of videos behind.
I also want to say thank you. I saw a notification from the sexy bearded Viking wizard, the badass, and it's Aussie. My phone is in the location where the name kept going, and then it was blocking it. Yes,
he had just mentioned picked up a set of air guitar strings for our songwriter in the Cone Smashers. He was so amused he's mounted it on the wall over his fireplace. Nice.
Very nice. At the school that I teach at, We have a sign by the front door that says "Air Guitars, please take one." And one of my students always grabs another air guitar.
I appreciate that, Frank. This channel is awesome. Where else can you find 50 plus cool people? I agree. SD prefers whiskey over scotch. Now, by whiskey, are we talking rye whiskey or bourbon? 50 people on a Sunday night. Yeah, but it's the Sunday night hang. That's the thing, you know. Yeah. Started doing this, what? Ooh. I was doing the Sunday night hang before we even switched the Canuck show to Mondays. So, like, I'd started. I don't see anybody in the chat that was around at the time, but I'm thinking weeks into my YouTube career. I started out on Sunday afternoons, and then it became a Sunday evening thing. Thanks, Frank. Randy prefers rye whiskey. Randy's a smart man. Albus likes bourbon. Yeah, we know. Yeah, Gene Beam. Yeah, okay. SD likes Jack Daniels. Yeah. If I drink Jack, I got to drink it straight and have a chaser.
I'm more of a Crown Royal guy. Okay. I love the Crown Royal and apple mixed with Sprite. It's delicious and it's sugary.
Try Crown Royal with ginger ale.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Dude, rye and ginger? Are you kidding me? It's a staple in Canada and Britain. It was funny. I asked for one we were at a NAMM party, and they didn't have ginger ale, but they had ginger beer. So they're like, "Is that okay?" I'm like, "Let's give it a shot." It was like, "Damn, it was good." Hey, there's our buddy Francis from last week's show, Padded Pedal Room out of Montreal. Mayhem agrees. Ryan Ginger. Damn straight.
I'll have to try it then sometime. Also, I saw Lawrence is plugging his mailing list. If you too want to learn about the coolest tone and hear about it first.
I need to get on that bloody mailing list. I keep forgetting to sign up.
Oh, dude, you got to do it. Like the emails.
I know. I keep forgetting. I don't know why, because apparently texting from Lawrence isn't part of the mailing list. So,
as soon as I saw he had an email subscribing list, I signed up for it, and I love the email structure he's got. It's got a very nice, good. What's the flow platform? I don't know the business term for it.
There we go. Ricky's got it right, and he's even using Canada Dry, which is the champagne and ginger ales. It is different than from all other ginger ales.
Mm.
I personally like Canadian Club and Canadian Dry, so it's like very Canadian. Your CC with your CD. Adam D says, "I'll join the mailing list, but I can't afford quality." But we get to drool. He says, "I promise not to spam, just emails about releases." Perfect.
I'm still waiting.
Doesn't cost anything to join a mailing list. Exactly, BC Rich.
Nope. I'm still waiting and dreaming of the day where I get to see an 87 Deluxe. Because we talked about that once. A while ago.
Let's just say, I'm not saying anything, but there's been discussions.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say as of right now, Nick. There have been discussions. And part of that discussion, one of the last iterations of said discussion is fuck 2020 because it's really screwed us over for parts availability. Welcome back, Guitar Man 45. SD says Canada Dry is better than Schweppes ginger ale. Ironically enough, the same company owns both. I can't remember who owns who, but they are in fact the same company these days. It's weird. Sort of like, Coke buying out Pepsi, but they keep the two brands just going.
Yep. Just want to say thank you to Cranar.
Yep.
I'm not going to try and say that right. For the sub. Appreciate that. And if you haven't done so for Ben, I forget the cameras are reversed. Make sure you do that.
Thank you. Yes, I believe I got a point. Yes. Point towards the tellies. Point towards the tellies. So that's what I always do. I look for a reference on my end. All right, he's next to the tellies. Point at the tellies.
I think that puts me at 50 subs, which was my goal for, I don't know. I wasn't sure how long it was going to take me to get to there.
I'm trying to hit 3,000 by the end of the year, and it's a lofty goal, but I'd like to do it.
You could. Oh, I'm at 51. Huh.
Woohoo!
All right. Happy days for me.
Well, I think I'm only 40 away from 2,500. So
that's doable.
If you're lurking and new, because I don't see any names in here that I didn't recognize, if you're lurking and new, please subscribe so we can at least get to 2,500. So I feel somewhat respectable.
Oh, yeah.
Smoke and Barrel, Jameson, or Teeling? Oh, I'd probably have to go with Jameson because that's one that I know. All right, see you, Aaron. Have a good one, buddy.
Bye, Aaron. Enjoy your pizza coma.
Let's see here. Jay Steen says, for sure, Tom, I own the 87. I want Ben's pedal, but don't have the money at the moment. Yes, one of the things is we have to blow up Lawrence to the point where he can have financing, how like the car companies used to have. So he'd be like, you too can have the new 87 2.0 for as little as $19.95 a month over X amount of months.
Yes.
Lawrence, $20 a month over 12 months. You know, that way you get a profit in there. Although I can't remember what an 87 retails for, but let's say one of those 179, like the nice Drive A that comes in at $179.85, or 12 easy payments of $20. Sure, you're paying an extra $60, but hey, you get to do it on payments. Yeah. And isn't that what credit card companies do?
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate the kind words, Frank. He says, dude, we can get you to 3K, damn it. Yeah. Well, if you have a crystal ball, sir, let me know. I'll shoot you a message tomorrow anyways. We need to talk. And happy belated birthday to Frank Rashad as well. I believe it was in the last month. Hey, Jack Collins. Good to see you. All right, Cronar's headed out. I get it, dude. It is what, 3:12 a.m. in Austria?
Oh, wow. That's a bit early.
Everyone should check out Cronar's channel too. He's been putting out some stuff. He did Harley Benton Junior double cut demo recently.
Oh, very
really good. Hey, Randy Greer, good to see you. Ben, you still have that B52 AT112? Boom! Right behind, right there. I've been using it again last while. If you purchase via Reverb, there is a firm financing available. Yep. Aha! Lawrence, you went up me once again.
And I have purchased stuff through a firm, and the payments are super easy and super quick, and you can pay it all off faster if you really want to, or if you don't. And you can actually save money on the interest, which is cool.
Nice. And I will say, Lawrence one-ups me, but in a good way. It's not like... All right, Fruitcake Tony's out of here. Have a good one, brother. I think we'll probably go another 15, 20 minutes or so here. Martin Lemaire's headed out as well. I get it. It's all good. It's all good. Appreciate you folks tuning in. Okay. See, SD's been mentioning the vape sounds. He's like, can't find his jewel. I get it, man. I get it. Ooh, you got 57 subs, Nick.
Wow. I've almost shot up 10 since this started. So
I was going to say, I think you were sitting at 48 when I was grabbing the link from the channel this morning. Because, you know, it did take me until today to remember to set up the show link.
Hey, it's all right, man. Yeah, no, I've been kind of plateaued at 48 for the past month or so. Actually, no, I was at 40, and then I started not re-uploading, but putting up new stuff because I ran out of stuff to demo.
That happens.
And
you know what you do? You borrow some of Aaron's gear.
You know, why haven't I thought of that?
Why not? I mean, he's not here to say no. So, you know, on behalf of Aaron, I'll say you're more than welcome to borrow anything you want of his.
Perfect. I'll take the Foxton Woods and I'll maybe borrow my Hudson broadcast that I sold him.
Aha. Oh, and if you're on Lawrence's mailing list, you get exclusive access to limited edition runs. Very cool. However, if you do want the nice drive A, the only way it's available is by emailing lpdpedals@gmail.com.
Next page.
Give me the pedal. I want Ben's pedal.
Oh,
I think we still have some left. He hasn't told me we haven't, so I'm going to keep shamelessly plugging it.
Got to keep doing that.
And then we go, we want a second run. We want a second run.
Speaking of second runs, Lawrence, bud, you gotta put that Phoenix fuzz out again. It's too good not to share with the world.
All right, and if somebody, or Lawrence probably would be the best, if someone could put a link for the mailing list, or I believe if you go to lpdpedals.com, I'm sure there's a link on there. Thank you, Ben Tom. Man, the mod squad is on it tonight with the links. I'm loving this.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Excuse me.
That's okay. I silently burped while you were vocally burping, so that worked out well. That was unison burping. Nice. Syncopated even. There we are.
Yeah.
Yep, it's the landing page. Perfect. Awesome. Ooh, 60 subs. Nice.
Oh, love it. You guys are
spoiling up. You're going viral.
I'm going viral, guys.
At least on a guitar level, guitar page level or channel level, right?
Yes. Which I just want to say again, thank you, Ben, for letting me on.
Of course. Of course. Yeah, you had said, hey, let's do another hang. And I went, hey, let me check the schedule. And I went, hey, next available opening is this. And you went, works for me. And yeah, here we are.
Thank you, Robot Master Switch, for hitting 60. Damn, wait, I'm at 60? Okay.
Nice.
61.
So, have I mentioned, Nick, I finally got a 68.
Did you now?
I did. It's funny. That thing, it is so good as a clean amp in a box. Like, so good. And even when, like I'm looking down right now, I have the gain at almost the 3 o'clock position. And it still doesn't break up. It's very much a low gain pedal, which is nice because everyone thinks of sound from a plexi. Well, a lot of those plexis that we think of that classic sound, they're all modded plexis to begin with, So it's got that cleaner sound. But man, you hit that thing with any drive and it just says, ooh, I love it. Give me more.
Yes.
That's right, Lawrence. Hey, Lawrence. I will hit you up on a date. Actually, 2 weeks from tonight. Are you available for the 27th? Maybe we'll book it live right here.
Ooh.
Are you available the 27th, Lawrence? Because yes, I was thinking that too, actually. Yes. Clean edge breakup tones is some of the best. Yes. That's the nice thing. I really like it too with my humbucker telly because humbucker mode, I get that nice breakup. And as soon as I do the coil tab, it cleans up.
Yeah. The 68, there's not a pedal like it, in my opinion. All of his number series, there's not a pedal like it.
Yep. I got to get one of the new 74s as well because I still regret getting rid of my 74 because the 87 green can kind of get me there, kind of, but I don't like kind of. I don't like compromise. I want that 74 as its own separate entity on my board.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot cleaner when I got my 74. I remember.
Well, there we are. The to be determined for 2 weeks from tonight will be LPD of LPD pedals.
All right.
I'm looking forward to this. We're going to talk some pedals. Woo. Hey, there's my sis.
Welcome back, Amanda.
No success. Well, give it some time. Awesome. Yes, folks have any other questions? We're going to go here a little while longer. Ben Tom is happy.
Yeah.
Yes, SD. The U.S. was colonized by both the Spanish and the British, and I believe the French and the Dutch. Not that I'm up on my U.S. history. I'm just thinking there had to be some, French settlers, because New Orleans and, New Amsterdam. Just saying.
Oh.
Yay! SD found his jewel. Yay. Woo-hoo! I know what it's like to lose a vape. See, we're talking history. We've talked pedals, amps, guitars, wine, hair elastics, wedding bands, sexy Vikings.
Your amazing t-shirt.
My amazing t-shirt. Oh, yeah. That reminds me, I think now I may have... It was funny because I was thinking with the channel members, I saw some come up here that as you get more channel members, I can add in more emojis. And because the month had rolled over, it's like I had 8 emojis available, but I was only allowed to have 6. So 2 emojis being used are outlaw emojis.
Ooh.
And I believe that would be the mod emoji and the Motorhead emoji. Because I think I put a Motorhead emoji in.
Nice.
And what emojis would we like to see elsewhere on the channel? Let me know, folks. If you ever think of a cool emoji, let me know. Email me. Leave a comment on a video. Something like that. Text me if you have my contact info, or PM me or DM me or whatever that is. Or if you see a cool image you think would make a cool emoji. The only key is it should be square. It has to be square. Send it to what? CanucksWithGuitars@gmail.com. I'm like, what the hell's my email? Ooh, a greasy weasel emoji.
I'm surprised you don't have your Canucks with guitars. I guess, though, it doesn't fit well in like the emoji size.
Well, there is the one for the channel members. The first month you're a member, I believe, it uses the Canucks with Guitars logo, and then it'll switch to a toque. But I don't know if you can switch it back and forth. One of the channel members could probably tell us if they could choose a toque or they can choose the Canucks with Guitars logo. And I was thinking about doing different colored toques as well, depending on how long you've been there.
That's a smart idea.
Yeah, because I found a bunch of toque emojis. Oh, and sorry, folks, woolen ski caps or beanies or whatever people... It's a toque. When I was growing up, a beanie was one of those hats with a propeller on top. That's a beanie. Ski cap. Woolen ski cap. Yeah. It was funny. I remember, I think we were watching Winter Olympics once. American coverage. They were mentioning the woolen ski cap. I'm like, you know what? Toque is a lot easier to say. It's one syllable. Just toque. Terry's dying here, apparently. He's dying because he's like, great, here comes the toque rant. This usually comes out every 4 to 6 months. Temperatures are dropping. Leaves are starting to change color, and it's almost time to break out those toques. Hey, Tor. Woolly. See, woolly I almost like, too. I don't mind that. That's right. Robot Master says, we have toques and toques in California, too. Both go right to your head. Damn straight.
Your sister's trying to get a rise out of you. A ski cap.
Hashtag toque rant. Hunter caps are those flannel ball caps with the flaps. That's a hunter's cap, in my opinion. Usually the flaps will be orange or plaid, some kind, flannel. Have a good night, Frank. Thanks, man. What are we doing on time? You know what? How you doing on time? You doing good?
I'm doing great, man.
Well, you know what? We're going to pour a little more wine.
That's fine.
Yeah, well, the show's only going to get more of a train wreck.
As the quality will get better, the contents will start suffering.
Hey, you say that every night when I gigged. Hey, folks, the more you drink, the better we sound.
Oh, yep. I've said that a few times before, too.
Because, hey, I'm drinking, so we sound better.
I miss gigs. I'm jealous.
It says, my friend just knitted a Canucks toque. Only got them so far in the playoffs. So you were saying you miss gigging?
Yeah, I'm living vicariously through my students right now because our school has a performance program where they play in a band essentially.
Yeah, Hippie. Everyone check out Hippie in 35 minutes.
Definitely.
The Relic hat, yes, from Beachcombers. See, only the Canadians are going to get that. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You are correct.
Beachcombers was a long-running iconic Canadian TV series on the CBC, starring Bruno Gerussi. My sister says toques are awesome, except for those chick toques with the giant fur ball on top. Well, I might have to pull out my CBC radio toque that has a huge pom-pom, like the size of a baseball on top.
What type of wine are you drinking again, Ben?
The good kind.
What was it called? The sibling rivalry?
Yeah, sibling rivalry. I don't know. What winery makes this? Let's see. They've been in business since 1984. Henry Appellum, St. Catharines, Ontario. Sibling rivalry wine.ca. Contains sulfites. All right. Spec Bros. It's a VQA, which is top 15% of wines in Ontario by the Vintners Quality Alliance.
Is that a toque vineyard?
Yeah. I got to get some wine, local wine. We got 30, 40 wineries within half an hour here.
That's really cool. When are we going to go up to Canada? Sorry, my fiance is commentating now on when are we going to all of the wineries by you? I'm like, maybe when we can go to Canada.
They actually do winery tours there. There's tons of Airbnbs, tons of bed and breakfasts and stuff. They call it the county, Prince Edward County.
Okay.
And it's just, yeah, it's been gentrified a lot, but you've got literally tons of similar area to where you are, like farmland, interspersed some wineries, and then we also have beaches with big sand dunes and stuff like that. Yeah.
Right. Very cool.
You can go surfing.
Oh. I would just be wet, not surfing. Probably.
Pedal Room is asking where Nick is from. You're what, half hour south of Chicago?
A little bit more than that, about an hour.
All right, an hour. Fine. Well, you drive slow. Come on. I'm going to say, because you probably live, 15, 20 minutes within Erin, and I can get to Chicago in half an hour from Erin's place. Especially the way I drive.
I might be that close. Yeah. I do drive slow. It is a common occurrence in the car if I'm driving. It's like, speed up. You drive like an old man.
So the follow-up question, because Francis is from Montreal. So are you a Hawks fan?
Yeah, I guess. I am.
Nice.
I'm not a huge sports person, man. It's just never been.
One of the greatest players to ever play for the Chicago Blackhawks, Mr. Bobby Hull is from right here, Belleville, Ontario. Just saying.
That's true.
Hey, we got Dave Nesdall in the house. Charvel Hot Rod Flames in the house.
Ooh.
Dude, that guitar is sick. Everyone needs to check that out. Check out Dave Nesdall's channel. He's been showing off his guitar collection lately. Ooh! To quote the Macho Man, ooh! Yeah, that's a sweet guitar.
Yeah. He should post on the Canucks with Guitars Facebook group.
He could. It might already happen.
Oh. If it has, then I haven't seen it, unfortunately.
All right. Lawrence has to bounce. Back to work for him. That's okay. You hung out. You had your scotch. We booked a hangout together. Back to work.
Enjoy the smell of solder, man.
Hopefully, he'll have to build some nice drives, eh? Email lpdpedals@gmail.com to buy your very own nice drive, eh? You know what? I'm going to be so shameless. We're pulling it off the pedal board. Oh, look at this. We'll even present. You can buy one of these. Woo. Even has a hair on it. Nice.
Included.
Oh, hair on it. I did. Apparently, I shedded on it.
Your DNA is included with the pedal, right? So they can clone another.
Yeah, exactly. Well, somebody had asked if I was signing all of them, and I was like, just for the hassle of sending them from Arizona to me and then shipping them out, why? Even if you sent me all the backing plates, why? Which is funny. You can tell that one's essentially a prototype too, because the board's dated one date, the backing plate's dated a different date. It isn't even numbered. It's signed and dated, but there's like no prototype number 1 or one of, or no. I was like, that's okay. No, you do not get a lock of my hair with it. Mark Dillon met Bobby Hull. Nice. I actually, when I was going through some boxes, just found an autographed photo of Bobby Hull that I got at a restaurant show. He was there on behalf of a beer company making an appearance.
Very cool.
I don't really get into politics here, SD, but there's been a few, not a whole lot, but there's been a few solidarity movements. I think the Toronto Raptors are pretty much doing all of our advocacy on behalf of our country.
I've
got a bunch of signed Leaf stuff too. Terry just freaked out a little. BC Rich 581 says met Bobby Clark at a charity skating event. He was a pretty intense guy, even at 50. Yeah, I would not. There was a time where it's a good thing I never saw Bobby Clark, because I was a big hockey fan, and when he was running the Flyers, I had some real issues with that guy and how he treated Eric Lindros. So that's all I'm going to say. What else we got going on here?
Look.
Terry's like, sell it.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there's Mayhem. Aha.
Hello.
Hey, Mayhem. Come pick up your guitar. It's done. Come pick it up. So this is I don't know how well it's going to come out, and I still got to get rid of some of the fingerprints because I was playing it the other. This is Mayhem's LTD EC401FR, which had a whole bunch of hazing happening on, very much a satin finish. It's a little touch of it up in here still that I couldn't get rid of, but I got rid of all the hazing, pretty much all the scratches, set it up, strung it with 10 through 46. Dave, don't be too pissed at Mayhem. Yes, he's running 10 through 46 on this. It's a Floyd Rose special in black chrome, where the black chrome is coming off ridiculously. I still need to fine tune it a bit because I want to get that bridge down a bit more. I think I'm going to add a 4th spring. So,
all right. I'm just jealous because you got all the guitars.
I don't have all the guitars. I just have mine. And Mayhem's.
And Mayhem's.
Nick, come on. You know by now, chances are there's one of Mayhem's guitars here at this house at any given time.
That's fair.
I think he picks one up and drops one off.
But yeah.
What you got there?
For the people who are asking, this is my current number 1. This is my lovely PRS S2 in the full gloriness. Got the dang old coiled splits. I love the attention to detail, like all of the things. I don't know how well it's. Every part that the string touches is brass.
Mm-hmm.
the nut because it's like a graphite, but it is just
glorious. Those things are they are a beast. Well, you probably saw I put out a demo on one about a month ago.
Yeah, it was literally the day after I picked this up when you posted the demo of it. I was like, this is just too funny.
Right, and I remember, and I played it, and I was like, damn, this is a lot of guitar. And I looked at the price, and it was like almost $4,000 used Canadian, which we're still talking, it was about $3,000 US used. And I was like, holy crap. But then playing it, I was like, I get it. It's a lot of guitar.
I'd say check out the S2s, man, because I know Phil McKnight compared the two, and I mean, if you don't care, it's a beveled top versus like the full on violin carve. This thing,
yeah, that's more or less a French carve or a German carve. German carve.
I don't know if it's showing well on the camera, like there. You can kind of see it's more of a beveled carve, but yeah. This guitar just feels right. Like I can get up here to the 22nd fret, and if I want to do that, I can. Which is, I can't do that on any Les Paul. The guitar I compare all single cut guitars to is my dad's 73 Les Paul gold top.
Nice.
And I can't get up to the super high access points. It's just super rad. And this is the first guitar I have that doesn't have locking tuners on that I felt the need to swap out for locking tuners. I'm just not going to touch this guitar.
I'd be more happy it doesn't have those PRS locking tuners.
I
don't want to do math when restringing a guitar, Nick. I'm sorry. I don't want to do math. And having to have crap lined up and angled certain ways in order to string it. No, thanks.
That's fine.
Yep. I'm glad they got rid of that. With the little, the pointer things.
Yeah. I will say they only do that on the 594s. They do that on all the other S2s. They still have the locking tuners. Because people complain, why doesn't it have locking tuners on the 594s? And it's like, well,
you got hardtailing, you don't need them.
No.
Here's my rant. I'm ranting on behalf of PRS.
It's fine, man.
I don't know. I got a hardtail Wolfgang that has fine tuners on the bridge and a locking nut. It's a hardtail. Yeah, it's got a locking nut.
Those EVH are cool.
They are a unique beast. Looks like we're losing some bandwidth from a few people here in the chat. We'll go a few more minutes, folks. If you got any last-minute questions, concerns, comments, or anything else that starts with a C. Ka-ching. No, actually, usually spell that with a K, I think, in comic books. Ka-ching.
Yeah, with a K-A and then the ching, which is the C-H-I-N-G.
That's right. Michael Cross only uses locking tuners on Strats. I have a set on my Strat. I do have a set on the Les Paul, but that's because I bought a set. I think they were going to go on a different guitar originally, and then I ended up putting them on that guitar. I think they were going to go on the Epiphone.
Oh, okay. I really like the hip shot locking tuners because you don't have to drill anything. It's just all...
Oh, interesting. Yeah, these are the Grover locking, but the 18-to-1. Yeah, that's the other thing. The latest video, I still got to upload it for that one. Actually, there's like 2 more parts coming out with that sucker. But it's, me like working on a guitar, mumbling, talking to myself. So you guys know how those videos go. But I think that must have like 18-to-1 on it because, part of my hand issues is I'm having thumb cramps and tuning that bloody guitar. I'm just cranking and cranking. I'm like, holy crap. Like, come on. Yes, man puts locking tuners on everything. That and strap locks and he buys a snark for every guitar he owns as well. He's got to have a snark on every damn guitar he owns. And apparently, according to Blackjack Guitar Nut, you're up to 62 subs.
Whoop, whoop. Thank you all so much who are still in the chat who have subscribed. I greatly appreciate that.
My knees hurt says one of my most favorite words starts with a C. BC Rich 581 replies, Charvel. That's right.
Ooh. Charvel makes a nice guitar.
Have you ever played an original Charvel, like an 80s Charvel?
I have not had that pleasure, unfortunately.
If you ever do, take it. Like, even if you're not into the whole super strat thing, they are a unique beast. And I'm trying to think. JJ's, I think, is a late 80s San Dimas. Maybe. Oh, plays so nice. And then I made the comment because he had the dirtiest, nastiest fretboard I had ever seen, I think. Yes, Dave, on par with anything Johnny Bean owns. And I didn't want to play it because it was so grimy. And I played it. And then he went and cleaned the fretboard because he felt bad after I had played it. And he goes, it lost the mojo. And I'm like, I bet it did. That's always an option, Tom. Cannabis, that can be an interesting, C word. We like that. 63 subs.
What?
And just because, we're in Canada, we'll make it bilingual. I'll go, Tabernac. Patapedal Room's laughing his ass off right now. My niece Hurt says, no, I only play sitting down, so no need for strap locks or any of that stuff. I can't remember the last time I played standing up. I was thinking about actually trying that tomorrow night because I never play standing up anymore.
Make sure you got your strap height. Teacher mode activated. And it's something I tell all my students because when they play upstairs with their groups or whatever, sometimes they have a hard time transitioning to playing standing up versus sitting down. Like, you gotta make sure your strap's at the same height where you are sitting.
Dude. No, it's not. Come on. I wear my guitar about 1.5 feet lower than when I'm seated.
That's fine, man.
Yeah. Hey, David Ennis. I was going to say, there was a time when I was playing Les Pauls that I wore I had a big ass belt buckle, right? And the other guitar player's like, aren't you worried about that giving your guitar buckle rash? No, it cleared the guitar. Like, there was some buckle rash on the upper horn where the belt buckle might rest on the top of the guitar at times. But yeah, because my shoulder was so messed up, I'd play it so low. When we play drop D riff rock, so it's not like I ever took a solo where I needed any dexterity. And I just played, basically straight arm. And I remember banging my knee off the back of the guitar a couple of times. And you can ask Mayhem. He's worn a few of my straps. He's like, holy crap, dude. Like, he's a few inches shorter than me, but he's also a little wider than me because who isn't? Let's be honest. So you'd think the strap would average out, but no.
You should check out couch guitar straps, dude. They're stupid long. I'm like 6'1", and sometimes straps aren't long enough. So that's
what I found. Your cheap ass nylon straps you get back in the day, your various bright colored ones, all the way backed off was fine for me. And then when I started with Levy straps a few years ago, I've been getting all my straps from them. They make a nice long strap that I've been able to, if I put it out all the way, it's fine for bass. If not, I cinch it up about 6 inches for guitar.
Cool. Yeah. Levy, you said? Or Franklin?
Levy. Yeah, Levy.
Yeah.
Levy out of Nova Scotia.
Yes. Very cool. I really like the couch stuff. They're made in California.
Nice.
They're all by a cool team. It's the only strap I use for all of my guitars. And use... Huh?
Yeah, go ahead.
They use like old vintage car interiors or for some of their straps. Which
now you might win me over. See, because I like that. One of the reasons I went with Levy was they were affordable, especially like their nylon ones, and they had pinup girls on their nylon ones. And I'm a sucker for anything with pinup girls on it.
Gotcha. Yeah, you should check out their website, dude. Just see what they got. They have stuff that like I don't know, like $25, and I think their most expensive strap is like $60. I think if you want something leather Well, it's not leather. They call them vegan guitar straps because it's like non-sweatshops and.
Hey, Jimmy Ray Hawkins.
No animal.
Again, one of my favorite names in YouTube. Jimmy Ray Hawkins. I just imagine a blues player. Lightning fast. Did you see that guy at the Blues Jam last night? Oh, yeah, it was Jimmy Ray Hawkins.
Ah.
He was on fire.
Or was that his amp?
Mayhem says, I am a sucker for pinup girls. I am. Hey, Chad. Good to see you, man. To been in one. Is the Music Man guitar comfortable with a low strap? Good question. I'll have to try that tomorrow night. I don't think I've ever played that guitar standing up. That's the sad part is, like, I own a few guitars that I've purchased since I've played live, and I always play sitting down at home.
It's funny you say that. I was about to say, tune in tomorrow to the Canucks with Guitars show to find out.
Yes, exactly. All right, we'll go for a few more minutes here, and then we'll send everybody. We'll do an invasion. We'll do a Canadian invasion into Metalhead Hippies territory. If you folks are willing, we'll take a chance. Maybe one of the moderators will get ready at the end of the show. We'll post a link to Metalhead Hippies show in the chat here, and we'll just invade, excuse me, for a few minutes. Winston McKay. Hey, it has been a minute. Good to see you too, man. Awesome. We're getting all kinds of cool kids showing up. Oh, cool. Sexy bearded Viking wizard. I'm going to look that guy up too. Boom.
I will have to do that as well. I'm picking out. Can't do that with the little Jazz 3s because then it looks like your tongue's sticking out.
Yeah. Hey, Electro Omega. Keith H. Got all kinds of people jumping in here at the end. Awesome.
Yeah.
No, don't pour a fourth bit of wine, Ben. Jeez. I'm all right. The worst part is, like, I'm feeling fine and enough that I'll wake up with a hangover tomorrow and can't remember why. I'm like, I didn't drink that much. Oh, well.
Yes.
All I have to do tomorrow is go live. And remember to message Frank. I have to remember to message Frank.
Yes. Message Frank. Tomorrow I have the fun or the pleasure of getting some cables in, and I'm going to hook that up to the switching system and hopefully have everything set up before I go in and teach some lessons.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah, if I get really ambitious, I might start building a second pedal board tomorrow. You
only have one pedal board?
Yes, I mean, you do the LPD mailing list. Yeah, I want, because a lot of people ask how certain drives sound, and especially for the Monday show, just to have a variety of things, I'm going to build a separate pedal board just for drives. So it's going to be about a dozen drive pedals on it of various companies, shapes, forms, stuff like that. And especially, like, I feel bad at times too, because, somebody will send in a product for demo. I do the demo. I like to use the product as well in some of my live streams, keep that name out there. And so that way I can use a different pedal for every song of the night, even technically. So,
yeah. You gotta make
BC Rich says Ben only has one board. It has 78 pedals and it looks like a Circus Calliope.
That's fair. I know my fiance, I was tearing apart pedal boards. She came in and she saw a third one. She's like, wait, since when do you have 3 pedal boards? I'm like, for a while now. And she's like, oh, okay.
Well, that's it. I'd like to get just an old pedal train or something to build up. I saw some really cool custom paint jobs on pedal trains. So I'd like to do that too. Do the complete, do a cool psychedelic paint job on the pedal board itself before we even start putting pedal boards on or pedals on it.
So. I know my coworkers, they just buy plywood and then one of them has recently done like a psychedelic spray paint job on just a piece of plywood.
Nice. I remember, for the longest time, Richie had a piece of plywood, like 18-inch by 2.5-foot piece of plywood with carpet glued down on one side of it, and that was his pedal board. No case for it. Most of the pedals would stick at any given time because you'd always have to carry it, and it was always balanced on top of all gear in the vehicle. Yeah, fun stuff. But yeah, this one I have now, it's got what, 4, 8. Okay, it's got 14 pedals on it currently, and I ran out of room. Yeah, then I'm falling out of love with my current phaser, so I got to replace the phaser. So I might go back to the Maestro phaser.
All right,
something different. Can you make booze with maple syrup like Canuck Moonshine? Sure. It'd probably be like a maple rum, because rum is just sugar. Essentially, it's from sugar cane. So maple syrup, you probably get basically a mapley rum.
You realize you have a problem. When you said booze, I heard boost. Can you out of maple syrup?
We all have our addictions, Nick. We all have our addictions.
You could say the closest thing to it would be your nice drive, eh?
Nice. Which does have a maple leaf on it, which was Lawrence's idea. I like the maple leaf. I just don't like maple as a flavor. I like it as a wood.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't like the blood of the maple tree.
Oh, I'm not going to be able to look at the maple syrup the same way now.
Honey, if we let this sit for a week with some yeast, and then we boil it, the runoff will be the most awesome maple syrup ever. Wow, these pancakes are okay at best, but whoo, I'm hammered. Well, that's 150 proof maple syrup.
Jesus.
Well, there we go. I think there's not much else to do after that one. So, do you have anything to add, Nick?
If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Ben's. Wrong way. Subscribe. Oh, I was right. I'm cracking up with the maple syrup. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to Ben's channel, and if you feel so generous to become a member or support him on Patreon, you should definitely do that.
Funny you mentioned that, Nick. Right as you were saying new member, Jay Steen became a member.
Wow. It's like I planned that, but I didn't. That's awesome.
And if one of our moderators could put a link to Metalhead Hippies show in here, that would be awesome. We'll do an invasion over to hippies. We'll do a couple more minutes here. Excuse me.
And do my shameless plug if you haven't done
so. Please.
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. If you really just like hearing a pedal, and I don't really do any post-production EQ. It's just how it sounds into a clean sound of an amp, and just hear what every knob does. That's my pedal, or that's my channel. It's very simple, but if you want to know what it sounds like,
I agree. Yeah, it's some great stuff. I've seen it already start to refine. I know you hit me out for a little bit of feedback on that. Which I, gladly did, because hell, like the least I could do is provide a bit of feedback on something. Like you've been supporting me for quite some time. And, I think the only thing I'm like, fuck, just put all the knobs at noon, please, at one point. And you were just like, you're right. I didn't. And it was like, I could tell you were like, damn it. I should have done that. I was like, just a thought, because that's always my thing with pedals. Like, if you're cool, I should be able to put all your knobs at noon and get a decent tone.
Yep. Yeah, I remember when you said that to me, I was just like, crap, I don't do that. How come I'm not doing that?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so if that's all I have, you know what I mean? I was just like that, and I believe I said, you might want to look at a different amp only because the amp you were using was fairly unique.
Yeah.
Damn good amp, but fairly unique.
Yeah. I need to get my deluxe reverb just given a once over. Although I'm not sure if it was that or if it was just what area I was using it last with the power. But
Dang.
it was.
Eric C, thank you, dude. Became a channel member as well.
Jimmy Ray Hawkins also.
And Jimmy Ray Hawkins. All right, we're going to have to find a greasy weasel emoji. Because I think that allows me to put out another emoji. So nice. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. My knees hurt. Just subbed to Nick. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Well, what do I got left to say here? So yeah, definitely if you haven't already, please sub to Nick's channel. Excuse me. There we go. I kind of like that name, Laz. He says Maple Blood Bourbon. You know what? I kind of like that name. I'm gonna
go to one of the
find a distillery. We gotta talk.
Yeah.
A poutine emoji. Ooh. I could do a poutine emoji. Okay, that wouldn't be hard because I could find a photo of poutine that we could put in here. Okay, I like that. So definitely, I want to thank Nick for coming on. This was definitely a bunch of fun. We talked about this, that, and the other thing. Thanks for your patience because I know we got off track at least 15 times tonight. But hey, you knew what it was, right? That was the thing. That's what I love about when I have people that are familiar with the channel coming on, because it's like, you know what you're in for. When we have people like Aaron moderating the chat.
You never know where a conversation can go.
That's right. And that's the great thing about it, because it's just the Sunday night hang. That nothing more, nothing less. Definitely want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight. We had a variety of people jump in here. Awesome. I think I saw Ben Tom put a link in here for Metalhead Hippie Show. So, do a Canuck invasion when you jump in. Tell him it's a Canuck invasion. And hopefully he'll get a kick out of that. Definitely thanks again, Nick, for coming on. Thanks, any new names that came in here, all you returning folks. Thanks, everybody that donated. Shout out to my channel members, my patrons, and I'll be back tomorrow night with Canucks Guitars. We're going to try to play some guitar, try to talk, apparently. See, the last of the wine just kicked in. Play some guitar. We've got an unboxing, unpackaging, unenveloping. I know it's a pretty thick envelope. So I'm going to call it an unboxing. It's an unboxing. We got some channel news, which I dropped earlier tonight, so not much news there. Channel milestone that happened. We're going to be celebrating the channel hit on Friday, which was my mom's birthday. I hit 500,000 views on the channel, so I'm quite happy because that's all you folks. That's all on you folks. Appreciate it a lot. Congrats. So until next time, hold those doors open. Let that guy in ahead of you in traffic. Do good things, and good things will happen to you. Oh, and I have a rant about PayPal as well. Because
of course you do.
Well, here's the cliffhanger. I woke up Saturday morning to my sister texting me saying, "Hey, bro, I got your back." I had an illegitimate purchase put through my PayPal. It cleaned out my PayPal account. It cleaned out my savings account to the point of putting it into overdraft.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, I'm fighting that. So, we'll talk about that tomorrow, too. So, till next time, hold those doors open. Let that guy in ahead of you in traffic. I'm living the dream. Nick's living the dream. I hope you are, too. Cheers, rock on, and be good to each other, folks. And Canuck Invasion.